Is there a forever and ever, or does that exist only in fairy tales? Hi, I'm Anne, and welcome to my little world. Today, we are going to read a story written by me and titled Forever and Ever. Let us find out if the protagonist finds her forever and ever. Join me as we go through the story. Happy listening. Maria ran up the stairs and dropped onto the terrace floor. She wiped her tears with the back of her hand. She brought her knees up and hugged them as she rocked on her bottom. The horizon was visible from where she sat. From there she saw the yellow ball of fire hover briefly over the horizon. It changed first to orange, then red, then dark blue, and as she sat gazing, it turned to black and then dipped into the sea without even waving goodbye to her. It seemed all so reminiscent of her life. The sun too had gone out of her life. She couldn't believe that 6 months ago she had been a happy girl. Her parents had been so proud of her. She was a topper at studies. She had resumed the higher secondary in June and was now in the 12th standard. She knew that this was an important year for her, and she had to do well to get admission at Goa Medical College. Both her mom and dad were doctors, and she wanted to follow in their footsteps. The sun had smiled benignly as she had made her way to Damodar Higher Secondary with her bag strapped to her back. She was a slender 5 feet 4 inches with beautiful hair pulled back in a severe ponytail. If anyone had told her that she was a stunner, she would not have listened nor believed them. For her, studies were of prime importance. She knew how happy her parents would be if she were to join their fraternity discussing medical cases. As it were, she was already well versed with medical history, learning most of it at the dining table. She always liked the first day of school. It was great meeting all her old friends. She looked at the notice board. She was in 12th B. As always, she sat in the first row. There were high fives from all around, and she enjoyed partaking in this like any other normal girl. She wondered who their class teacher would be. She felt a pair of eyes boring into her from behind. She turned around and looked at a pair of amazing eyes in the most handsome face she had ever seen. He smiled at her broadly, and she gave a shy half smile in return. She turned to her best friend seated by her side. Hazel, she inquired, do we have a new student this year? Yes, replied Hazel. Jay has joined our higher secondary this year. He was somewhere in Panjim last year. The students stood up as their class teacher entered the class. She was a petite lady and carried a few books in her hands. As Maria and Hazel stood up and joined in the greeting, the teacher gave a look around, sizing up her class. After they had seated, she introduced herself as Mrs. Nita de Mello. The class soon got over and the next teacher entered. Maria liked being back. She always made notes of important things. Soon it was interval. She opened her tiffin and shared it with Hazel. Hazel too did likewise. The two of them had been friends since KG1 and they got along fine. Suddenly, a shadow fell over her tiffin. She looked up. There was Jay, the new boy, looking at the two of them. Hazel, an outgoing girl, said, "Here, Jay, have some." She stretched out her hand, offering him some biscuits. Jay dipped his hand into the tiffin and took 2 biscuits. He said, "Hey, you seem to know my name. You have an advantage over me. Could I know yours too?" "Sure," said Hazel, smiling at Jay. "I'm Hazel, and this is my friend Maria." Jay stretched his hand and shook hands with both the girls. Then he complained to Hazel, "Your friend is not sharing her tiffin with me." Maria blushed. She did not like to be spoken to as if she were a small child. Jay took one of the homemade sandwiches she offered. Said Jay after taking a bite. "Very yummy, Maria. Mom made them?" "No," confessed Maria. "Our maid prepared them." Hazel at once butted in. "Maria's parents are doctors, and she hopes to be one too." Jay looked impressed. "Wow," he said. "I'm looking at a prospective doctor." Maria, not too pleased with all this attention, gave Hazel an admonishing look, which the latter happily ignored. Maria muttered, "Well, there's a long way to go. Can't be sure I'll get a seat." Jay appeared to be enjoying Maria's discomfiture. "Oh," he said with a quirk in his voice, "I'm sure you'll get there with those determined eyes of yours." Maria concentrated on her tiffin. Hazel, all excited, said, "Yes, Jay, she's a topper in studies, so you'd better watch out." The bell rang just then. Jay moved to his seat and Maria gave a sigh of relief. Hazel whispered, "He likes you, Maria." Maria gave her a withering look, but Hazel just laughed merrily. "I'd like to see a prospective doctor fall for handsome Jay. You must think of boys and babies sometimes, Maria, right?" Maria was saved with the entry of the teacher. She was annoyed with Hazel and wondered how come she was friends with such an extrovert. The next day, as Maria made her way to class, Jay suddenly loomed in front of her. "Hi, Maria," he greeted. Maria wished him a stiff good morning in return. She didn't want Jay to bother her. She wanted nothing to do with boys right now. They were not in her scheme of things. He walked along with her as they moved towards the school building. She gave brief responses to his questions. She hoped he'd get the hint and go after someone else. That day throughout the class, Maria was disturbed. Jay's face kept on coming before her. She reminded herself that she had a dream, and he certainly was not part of that dream. He was indeed trouble with a capital T. The teacher drew her back to the present. "Maria!" called the teacher. Maria looked up. "Can you answer the question?" Maria was blank. What question? She had not heard any question. She had been so engrossed in her thoughts. Hazel gave her a jab with her elbow and whispered softly, "Thinking of Jay, weren't you? You're in love." And she rolled her eyes suggestively. If looks could kill, Hazel would be a goner, but she sat there for the rest of the lecture grinning irritatingly. After class, Maria walked home dejected. Was this love, this new feeling stirring within her. She brushed away the thought. Suddenly, Hazel came panting after her. "Hey, Maria," she called loudly. "You just walked away. Couldn't you wait for me? Here's a letter from Jay." Annoyed, Maria felt herself blushing. "No," she said firmly. "I'm not interested in it. You can return it to him." Hazel smirked. "Shall I read it then?" Maria grabbed it from her. "Hey," said Hazel, her eyes wide open. "The lady does like him." "No," was Maria's quick reply. "I don't want you reading and circulating it all over the place." And she walked away in a huff. At home, in the privacy of her room, she read the letter. Jay had expressed his love for her. It was love at first sight, he had written. She lay there on the bed for some time. The next day she took trouble with her appearance. For the first time she looked long and hard at herself in the mirror. She let down her long hair loose to bounce onto her shoulders. Her eyes looked browner and more alluring. At breakfast, her father gave her a long look. "There's something different about you today, dear," he observed. Her mother glanced up from the medical journal she had been perusing. She agreed. "You do look fascinating today, sweetheart." After another long look at his daughter, the father too devoted his time to catch up on the latest breakthroughs in the medical field. On her way back to school, Maria wasn't surprised when Jay fell in step with her. He didn't talk much, but the silence between them seemed to be eloquent enough. It seemed that they didn't really need words. As the days passed by, Maria got to know a lot about Jay. His father was an engineer working at Panjim and had been transferred to Margaon this year. Jay too wished to do his engineering. His mother Jane preferred to be a homemaker. She had given up her government job so that she could devote time to her husband and children. At night, as she would study, Maria would check her mobile every now and then. When she received a message from him, she would quickly respond to him with joy in her heart. She wondered how she had lived for so long without Jay in her life. She was deeply in love with him, and she was sure that he too loved her dearly. The months passed by. Sometimes in class too he would WhatsApp her, and she would secretly reply to him too. But what worried her was the strange behavior of her best friend Hazel. She seemed to have withdrawn from her. A few weeks back, she had even changed her place. No longer was she sitting there beside Maria. One day, Maria decided to confront Hazel and clear the air between them. She walked over to her place. To do so, she had to cross an unused tract of land. She saw two people sitting closely under a tree. As she drew closer, she was shocked. She stood rooted to the place. Both Jay and her best friends were wrapped in each other's arms. She felt a sharp tightening in her chest, as if her heart would snap into two. She had never experienced such an emotion before. She quickly moved behind a shrub and saw Jay wiping the tears from Hazel's eyes. Realization at last hit Maria. She now understood why Hazel had become so cold towards her. Maria slowly retreated and went back home, her head downcast. Once home, she ran to the safety of her terrace. She didn't know how long she sat there rocking herself out of her misery. At first, she felt that even nature was reflecting her pain. But then slowly, she took herself in hand. She went down to her room and with a very clear head began writing. Dear Jai, I am setting you free. She paused. She sat there for some time, biting the tip of the pen. She had come to a decision. She was giving Jai his freedom and getting hers back too. Her studies had suffered and her parents had been disturbed this past 1 month, but they had not interfered. She was not going to listen to any excuses from Jai. Her mind was made up. She was free at last. Did Maria make the right choice? There is always somebody for us out there, and we will meet that person at the right time. We will meet again soon. Until then, let's keep on dreaming of our forever and ever. See ya.